to Suffolk Socks, where I Let's Knit podcast. Oh, I'm a little bit nervous about doing this. Actually, I haven't podcasted since July the 4th. It's been a really busy summer, so I just haven't podcasted. So welcome, my name's Julie from Suffolk Socks, which is an online yarn shop that stocks predominantly 4-ply for knitting socks. I'm also Julie, the dyer behind the Yarn Tart label and Yarn Tart bags that you can get, that's available in the shop. And I'm Julie Walters, of Suffolk Socks for sock designs on Ravelry. I have got a Ravelry group, an Instagram group, Facebook and Twitter, and I'm known as Suffolk Socks on all of those. I will warn you, I hold my hands up, I'm absolutely hopeless on Facebook. I always forget my password and then I end up getting locked out, and then they want a copy of my passport to show who I am, and then I'll not, and then I remember my password, and anyway. And then I've got Twitter, and you know, if I had 4 hands I'd hold them both up because I'm even worse at Twitter. So the best place to find me is Instagram or Ravelry, or you can always send me an email via the shop. So yes, this is my knitting podcast. This is my podcast all about knitting and a little bit of sewing, in general waffly life as it goes. So we usually start off, don't we, with FOs, finished objects. Oh, and I've got a few, which is already, my glasses keep coming off, and do you know, when I do this, my husband, and I lean forward, my husband says I remind him of Ronnie Corbett, cheeky bugger, but does make me laugh when he says it. Anyway, excuse my hair because I've just washed it, and as my husband would say, it's like a Boast couch, which is like a sofa that's exploded, I suppose, in southern terms. So my hair's like a Boast couch, but it's staying like that because I'll tie it up when it's properly dry. So my first finished object, which I've had a while, is what I'm wearing, and this is my Merchant and Mills dress. It's called the dress shirt pattern. Excuse me, see if I can get, I've got a bad leg so I can't stand up. And it's this. Again, my husband says I look like a raving hippie in it because it's a long linen dress. He says it's the uniform of knitters, but he says that in a lovely way. So I've got a few of these. I've got a lovely one which I used Merchant and Mills linen that I bought from Liberty, and but to be honest, it faded. It fades every wash and it looks really shabby. But this material is I'm not quite sure what it is actually. It's a bit of a mix. It's not a linen, but I bought this from Franklin's in Ipswich, and it was just £7 a metre. And you know, I love it. I wear it all the time. I love it. It's my uniform, and this is the pattern. My dress code is I either wear this or the Camber dress, which is another Merchant and Mills dress that I make a lot, and that's it on that. I don't think I'm showing anything there. Now I did make, the first one I made a size 18. But when I put it on, I virtually fell through the neck hole. It was so big. And you know, I am a 16, 18. So what I did with this was, I wanted the bottom to be quite baggy. So on the top, I took it down to in between a 14 to 16. And I just modified the sleeve, I suppose I cut it, you know, I cut it all out so it would all fit onto a smaller size, but I kept from the armholes down over a larger size. But yes, I love it. So that's my first FO. My second FO, and I have brought it, it's behind me, is this. Oh, this is the love of my life this week. This is my Birkin slash cardigan. Now we'll try it on just to show you. So I knit this using Phenol PT2 wool that I bought at Edinburgh Yarn Festival. Let's just see if I got the buttons right. No, I haven't. God, I'm like a little kid, aren't I, trying to dress myself. There, that's it. And again, what I did was it is a jump. The original pattern, sorry, the light's shining straight through. The original pattern is for a jumper, but I decided to add, I added 7 stick stitches, and just went for it. I think I did do a few decreases here, but I don't think I did enough because it's still a little bit backy, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh, and I love it. Absolutely love it. In fact, I think I could knit a jumper. I might even knit a jumper pattern of this design. A jumper, I mean, using this pattern. At first, when I sticked it, the jury was out because it just seemed to be one massive flop at the front. But once I sewed the buttons on, and I added a piece of ribbon, a sturdy ribbon, not just a hair ribbon. I don't even know whether this has got a proper name, but I bought this at Brook Street Craft Market in Ipswich. It used to be BCM. I think it's called Craftability now. It's got everything. Once I've sewn that on and it's reinforced, let me just see if I can get that glint out my eye. Back to where we were. Once I've, as I was saying, once I've sewn that ribbon on, it seems to have reinforced the whole structure of the sticked button band, and I'm thrilled to bits with it. So this is, well, this has been on my sofa downstairs, what I put on, because I can actually wear it next to my skin. Which I'm really thrilled with, because I haven't got a very high tickle tolerance, so I'm chuffed to bits with this. But yes, that's the pattern in. I love it. I got a bit mixed up with this bit. Well, I didn't get mixed up, but you carry 3 yarns across the back, and I was trying to do it with 2, and I found that it was starting to go a little bit tight. I think if I was going to do it, I want to say if I was going to do it again, I would probably do just 2 colours. But actually, when I see this, I think, no, talking rubbish. I like to stick to 3. So that's it. So my other 2 whips, not whips, what do you call them? Fours. I have done a podcast. This is about my 3rd time I've done this podcast. Now, this is a waffle alert. I wasn't in fact, I was really poorly last week. And it's an ongoing problem. But last week, when I wasn't very well, I was really tired. When I get tired, I mix my words up. So I was calling Kate Davies Helena Davies, which I don't know where the heck that came from. I think it's because I was talking about somebody called Helena and what have you. And I was getting my words back to front. So I've had to do it again. So there might be a few mixes up. It's not because I'm stupid, it's a medical problem. That's my theory and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, so this hat is the Barley hat by Tin Can Knits. Tin Can Knits are always a firm favourite designers of mine. And I've knit this using, let's see if I can find it. I've got a load of it. Oh, there it is. I bought this when I was on a yarn crawl with Catherine, my friend, in Edinburgh. So it's come from Deep Stash, and it's from Ginger Twist Studios. And it is BFL Rock Sock Wool, and it's a super wash British Blueface Leicester, and it's Ginger's hand dyed BFL Rock Sock. The colourway is juicy. I always thought it was called melons, but it's juicy. Now, I don't even know why I haven't knit with this because I bought a jumper's worth, but it's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely love it. So yeah, so this is for our Matilda, my granddaughter, who's 2. And her little partners in crime are Oscar and Austin. So I'm knitting them one. Now, I don't know which one's going to have this one. I think this one is going to be for Austin because Austin has got bright ginger hair. And this will look lovely on his colouring. And this is one of my yarns from the Yarn Tart range that I dyed for when I was vending at Knit for Peace. I dyed up some of their colourways. It was really popular, but I kept one of each. I always keep a skein for myself of every wool. So yeah, it's lovely and soft. And the other one, which I suppose is just a whip, which I'm knitting, is for little Oscar. And Oscar is going to have a baby sister. So I have got this one, this yarn, balled up, ready to make his little sister a one, because and this one was last year's Christmas yarn that I had left over that I got for myself. I made some little shorty socks, and I think I knit Matilda a cardigan. I think I knit her a little vertebrae in it, and I thought I'd knit the baby one up, so they've all got one for Christmas. So yes, so as I say, that's the Barley Hat. Is it the Barley Hat? Yeah, I should check, shouldn't I? Barley Hat by Tin Can Knits. Let me just... Oh, and our Matilda looks stinking adorable in it. So, and that's in my fringe bag with my new pin on. Can you see? I don't know if you'll be able to see. Lady Stash. I love it. Yes, that's my bag. Right, so have I got anything more? I have got two pair of socks to show you, but I'll show you them at the end, because it is my Christmas kit that I thought I would show you. So whips, I'm into whips. Right, one thing I will tell you is I'll start with Trug with a Shrug. A few episodes back, I introduced you to the Trug with a Shrug, which was just a yellow trug that I keep all my whips in, sock whips. And I was adamant I was going to clear that trug, finish them socks, and I would have loads and loads of pairs of socks. Well, I live my life through rose-coloured glasses, I do. So, you know, I had come down to earth with a bump and looked at it realistically and thought, I am never going to finish them socks. Because a lot of them, I'll just lean over and get this one, a lot of them were sock samples of yarn that I just dyed, but because I sold out of the yarn, I don't really need to do the sock samples anymore. And because I'm a sock shop, I usually just dye 2 or 3 skeins of one shade, and then I don't repeat it. I like it to all be different, because people just buy one skein. So I pulled them all out. The sock that I did have that was onto the second sock, I pulled the second sock out and I sent the first sock off to London with my daughter, because her friend Athena has a broken ankle, well, somewhere but from the knee down, and she just needs one sock. So what was left, or what is left out of the Trug with a Shrug, are these, and these are for my dad for Christmas, and these are called Mrs. Yarn. This is with my Mrs. Yarn tart to you, and I thought, well, I'm on to the heel of this one. It seems absolutely ridiculous pulling all these out. So that's them. I love this. This is Superwash Merino. And it's sort of like a micro flecky stripes. 2.25 with a rib. I always knit a man's sock with a rib. Women's sock, I don't do a rib. I do one of my twists. And so yeah. Oh, thought you'd gone there. So that's all I've got from my Trug with a Shrug. And that is in my, I've got that much left, that's at Cake Tarp. And I've got it in my Knitting is for Life, Not Just for Christmas bag, which I've got some of those, I'll show you later. So that's that one, that's my whip. My second whip, which is my only other sock on the go. I'm looking for my project bag. I mustn't have brought it up. I thought it was already up here, but it's this one. This is, I've just literally cast on for the rib. Now, there's a bit of a shameful, well, it's not shameful, but a mistake to this one. My husband's socks, I always knit with 66 stitches, cast on 66, 2.5 needles, with a rib. I was knitting away on these, and I kept thinking, oh, they look a bit snug, you know, so I tried it on me, and I thought, oh, it fits me, which is unusual for me, because my husband's is bigger than me. And then when I finished it, I got him to try it on. He could. It was far too small for him. And when I had a look, I was knitting it with 2.25 needles, it's very rare I knit with a 2.25 needles unless it's specified in a design. I was mad as hell because I was thrilled to bits. I was knitting him a pair of socks, and they were the only ones on the go. But you know, they'll be for me. Actually, they might fit me dad better than them ones. We'll see. And this one is using Opal yarn, Opal 4-ply, and it is from their Safari range, Tanzania colourway. But no, really lovely. Fits me lovely. I would try it on, but I could never get my leg up to my laptop without crippling myself or falling over tea. Right, so that's my first whip. My second whip, I only have 4 whips in entirety of my knitting projects on the go. My other main whip, oh, I have got another finished object. I'll show it to you later because it's wet. I've just washed it, soaked it to hang on the line. Is the flax jumper that I'm knitting for Thomas, my son. And this is using, have I got a skein up here? Oh, I'm not organised today. This is using the Fibre Company, Aranmore. Aranmore, Aran. Oh, really lovely to knit with. When I was at a knitting retreat up in Cumbria, Daphne, who owns the Fibre Company, came and gave a talk about the process from start to finish for doing yarn, making a new yarn lineup. And this was the yarn she was showing us. And because I think they're local, relatively local to where I was staying. And she brought the whole range. And I couldn't resist buying this, so I bought 10 skeins, far too many, but I didn't care. And it was a tweedy blend of fine merino wool, cashmere and silk. So this is going to be my son's Christmas jumper, and it's going to have a label attached to it saying, do not stick in the washing machine, bring it home to mum to wash. Even though I'm sure Lydia will do a perfectly good job. But I know that if anything happened, she'd be so upset. Or he would be bothered if anything happened of it. But actually, if it shrunk, Lydia could have it. Anyway, so this is it. He's 6'3", my son, so I keep tying it up against me and thinking, where does my hips come on his body? So far, it's down to my thighs. But oh, this is so lovely. And what I'm going to do is, everybody's getting a Christmas jumper this year. I'm thinking I might knit Lydia exactly the same jumper, but obviously in a different colour. And that's so cheesy, isn't it? But I don't care. I'm going to knit her one, so we've got 2 cosy jumpers. And then with what's left, I'm going to knit our Matilda the same, but I'll have her striped. That is so cheesy, isn't it? Might as well call them the Flax family. But there you go. Christmas is cheesy sometimes. You've got to have one cheesy present at Christmas, haven't you? And it beats having Santa on the front of the jumper. So, but I think they'll love it. I have finished Lucy's Christmas jumper, which I'll show you now, and put it on Instagram. And he sent me a message saying, where's my jumper? So I will just go back and show you this. This is wet. I've just spun it. This is a piece of silver. A few modifications in the fact that I knit it a lot longer, and she's got really long arms, our Lucy, but she likes them long. I think even for me they might be a bit long. We did the neck not as long because she doesn't want it. I think she wants it more of a turtleneck than a rollover, which I wasn't complaining about because it was like inches and inches of the rib, and I haven't done a very long rib there. I've knit this using Hot Socks Tweed 4-ply, which is a commercial sock yarn. But I tell you, it's beautiful. Absolutely washes lovely. Well, it has so far, and I don't think it's too tickly. We shall see, but that is the colourway. So that's my final whip. My final faux I forgot to show you. So that's my other whip. My other whip. Oh, and I am in love with this. It is the Humulus by Isabel Kramer. I was seriously enabled with this by my friend Tony. When I saw Tony's, it was in my mind thinking, oh, I'd love to knit that. That's really lovely. And then on Instagram, Helena, who is she Edelweiss? Anyway, Helena, she'd knit one. She'd finished hers. And you know what? I thought to myself, that's it. I'm going to have to cast on. So I cast it on. I've only done one mistake. it's a fairly relatively big mistake actually, but it's all right, where I cast the neckband on a smaller needle. I don't even know why I did it, but I have. But actually it doesn't matter, because I've just finished the Winterfell by Scandia Knits, and that has on me that has a low neck, and as does my cardigan. So I think, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Well, it doesn't. And this is using some, I'll just show you, some Sandnes Garn with wool from Norway that my husband bought me when he went on his travels, and it's 100% alpaca, Norwegian alpaca, and my goodness, it is so squidgy, really lovely to knit with. Now, I don't think I'll be able to wear this next to my skin, but you know, there's nothing that a Marks and Spencer's t-shirt can't cure. And this is it. Now again, I've been practicing two-handed colour work. I'm not very good at it. I've always knit my colour work just using my 2 fingers like that. So there's a little bit, I don't know if you can see, just a puckering going on, which is, oh, let's get this in, just there. Now, so yeah, I think it'll probably block out. The other thing that I didn't do was this alternate, you know, where it's got a cream and then the colourwork cream, burgundy, should be underneath. I can remember having an internal debate as to whether I put that in or not, and I didn't. The other thing I did was I knit, I can't remember what size I knit because I haven't got the pattern. Anyway, I've knit the top one size, and then as soon as I finished all the colour work, I increased up to the next size up, because I am busty. I hate anything like figure hugging around my boobs. You know, I'm not short in that department. So yeah, absolutely love it. I have just got 10 balls or 11 balls of the burgundy. So what I'm going to do is I am going to knit all the body, and then that will determine how long my sleeves are, because I want the body length right. Normally I always, as soon as I finish the colour work, I knit the sleeves. But because this was from Norway, I'm not going to, well, I suppose I could get some more if I wanted to, but I'm thinking I might just have it short sleeves, because in the winter I wear a lot of like long sleeve thermal vests, as well, like t-shirts. Again, Marksy's plug. I'm not being paid for to plug them. I'm a big Marksy's fan. So yeah, so that's that one. That's lovely. And that is all the whips I have on the needles at all. Oh, I've got a squeaky chair in here. I found a screw line on the floor, so if all of a sudden I disappear from the screen, I've fallen flat on my ass. And that again is in my fringe bag. Oh, there. This was the first fringe bag I got, and I love them. I always get one for Christmas off my husband, and one, well, actually, I've got 3. I've got a camouflage one as well, but I don't know where that's gone. That must be downstairs. I have to hide them because Matilda walks around with them. This one's got no pins on. My other 2 have, because she loves the pins, and I'm terrified in case they come off and then one of us stands on them. So right, so that's all my whips, really. I've been busy in the shop. Last week was an all-go for me. As I said, I wasn't very well. So this week, I've had all my deliveries this week. And so I will show you my Christmas kits I'm bringing out. And they are these. So these are my new sock design. It's called Same But Different. And it's using Mondum sock yarn. So the cast on, I've done this, my signature cast on, which I always do, which is the garter stitch cast on with a Latvian twist. And then, but with this, I decided I wanted a bit of a design on the rib. So, because I never do a rib. for a woman's sock. So I've done a corrugated rib. That's what I call it. I don't know if that's the correct term, but that's what I call it, corrugated rib. Now, I am aware that the elasticity on a corrugated rib isn't as good as, or as stretchy as what is with a 2x2. So what I've done is, I've given you an on the pattern design, I've given an alternative cast on, which is still my Latvian twist, but a 2x2 cast on. Sorry, a 2x2 rib, knit 2, purl 2. And I absolutely loved knitting these. They're just a simple design, so you just, there's just knit and purl, well, just knit really, and with a few textures running throughout. And then on this one, just the colours are reversed. Sorry, on this one, the colours are reversed. But that's such good fun. And I've made these up into a Christmas kit. There'll be this colourway, and this was going to be in the Knitting is for Life, Not Just for Christmas bag. I think it works out that you pay about £1 for the bag. The bag is like more or less a freebie in the kit. So Knitting is for Life, Not Just for Christmas. And in it you get, this is lovely. I have had these handmade exclusively for Suffolk Socks. They are handmade and designed, and you will get, I have a selection of them, so they'll all be random. One of these, which is one of my lovely Suffolk Socks Christmas sock glass ornament. So you can either hang these up at the window as a sun catcher, or, which I intended mine are going to be for my Christmas tree. So and these are, they're quite sturdy. They are glass. These are made by a stained glass window company in Ipswich. But aren't they just lovely? All different kinds. So there'll be that in, and the other thing will be one of these. Now again, a little tea light. I have got there's vintage pink and vintage green. They're the colours I got, are white. So they will just be lucky dip. They will be lovely. They're all lovely. So you get that, and you'll also get my new pattern. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that. I can't decide whether it will be a paper pattern or I will just send it on Ravelry. I think I might just send it on Ravelry, or give you a code for you to do, or a download, whatever they call it. So yeah, so that's that one, and this is in my Knitting is for Life, Not Just for Christmas bag, which is a lovely, just nice drawstring bag. So the other kit I've got is the same pattern, just different colour wool. So this is the new colours from Mondum. I've got these out because I'm going to be casting these on today at some point. Aren't they lovely? And these are going to be in my Sockmas bag. Drawstring bag, just nice and squishy. And again, you get the ornament and the little tea light lantern and the pattern, but I think they're lovely. So they're now in the shop, available in the shop. And obviously if you don't want the kit, you can just go and get the wool. Well, actually the wool's not available in the shop because I've just got a few left of each colourway, so I've taken it out, so it's exclusive to the kits. But any 2 colour socks will do, any 2 yarns will do. And the other kit, well, the other 2 things that I've just had in the shop are my new illustration. And this is Knitting in a Bottle. This was our holiday illustration. My daughter is an illustrator, and this is a bit of a kickstart for her because she's going freelance. And the other Christmas kit I've got is going to be one of those bags. It's called a mystery kit, and so the other kits are £35, and the Zauber ball kits, the mystery kits, are £15, where you'll get a bag and a mystery Zauber ball, and the bag will even be a mystery. So there you go. So that's all the shop talk and what have you. So let's go on to general waffle. I love me waffle. Comes naturally to me. What have I been up to? Well, since the last time I had my birthday, it was 54. Oh my God, that's old. Well, you know, I reckon when they say, 50 is the new 30, I think that's a load of rubbish, because I think 50 is the new 75, because as soon as I hit 50, mechanically my health went downhill completely. And so I'm hoping by the time I hit 60, that might be the new 50. So, so I had my birthday, and then last week it was mine and my husband's pearl wedding anniversary. We've been married 30 years. God, 30 years. I've been with my husband since I was 18. But we didn't do anything. Well, we didn't do anything because it was a weekday. We had a ready-made lasagna moussaka from Marks and Spencer's. Because we couldn't decide whether we wanted to go out. Should we go out or should we stay in? Because we both had work the next day. So we just said, let me just treat it like a normal day. We didn't even buy each other cards. Every year is a special wedding anniversary as far as I'm concerned. And the other big event in our family was the wedding of my son. And he's a lovely, lovely partner, Lydia. It was just amazing from start to finish. Absolutely amazing. Had a fabulous day, and they get their wedding photos today, so we're going round to have a look, and no doubt I'll be grimacing because I'm a right girl now. One of our friends went around with his camera. Oh, there's some shocking photographs of me. Absolutely shocking. I just think, who the hell, what, just delete them. But anyway, they're there for everybody to see, and I just grimace. In fact, it was so bad, one photograph, that my sister actually sent me a photograph of a horrible photograph of her that her grandson cries laughing at every time he sees it to make us feel better. That's sister's way, isn't it? And so no, the wedding was really, really lovely. Lydia's mum and dad held the reception at their home in Hadley. Oh, they were just lovely, very welcoming. It was just lovely. I had all my family from up north came down, and from all over. My niece flew in from China. It was just the best day ever. Matilda wasn't having any of it, mind, at the church. So if she came, I don't know if it was planned, but she actually walked up behind her mum and her granddad, as they walked up the church, and she was like having a look as if to say, "Well, what the hell's going on?" And she went straight to the front where they had a whole play area, and she's got loads of cousins on Lydia's side, but her little cousin Zach just went straight around and just sat with her. Oh, he was so sweet. I was watching them more than I was watching the service. But that was lovely as well, because Lydia's cousin was singing, and then when they went to sign the register, I'm going to sneeze, sorry, excuse me. When they went to sign the register, their two brothers and their sister-in-law and their friend who's a celloist got up, and they set the guitars up. We'd been round and set the guitars up and what have you. And they sang one of the Cranberry songs, which was just amazing. At the end of it, everybody started clapping, cheer. It's fabulous, absolutely fabulous. And then we all got on a vintage bus and went up to the reception. And to be perfectly honest, I just walked through that whole day with a smile on my face. And there's bits of it I can't remember, just because I was so busy chatting to everybody. It was just lovely, lovely. And we got on a vintage bus. Bus driver was a bit shirty because the bus was booked for 11:30. We didn't leave till 12:15. Got a very stern letter saying that somebody had told him he had an attitude problem. So there you go. Well, talking of attitudes, did anybody see Loose Women yesterday? My sister phoned me up to say, get it on the telly and watch it. Isn't that just absolutely shocking? I mean, the behaviour of the panel was just outrageous, but the people who should hang their heads in shame are the people who orchestrated such an event. What did they think was going to happen? It was just awful. It was uncomfortable to watch. So the people who organised that event should hang their head in shame. Grown women going on like that. How do they expect to set an example to other women when they're going on like that? Goodness gracious me. So anyway, just for the record, I don't watch Loose Women. I've just put it on catch up because my sister told us to. In fact, I'm appalled she watched it as well. So today's plans, I haven't got any plans for today actually. Today is the first day I've got up and I'm not bouncing off the walls and stuff like that. So last week I was just completely out of it with vertigo and feelings. Oh, it was just awful. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast on another Christmas jumper for somebody because I'm on the sleeves of Tom's jumper. And I always think once I get to the sleeves, I can start another jumper, can't I? Because I haven't got any more bodies to knit. And yesterday I did dye some wool up, so there'll be an update of some wool coming in. So anyway, so that's it. That's my ramble and my catch up. If you want to leave a lovely comment, or just a nice comment, please do. So I really appreciate it when people take the time to just sit and watch 5 minutes of my podcast and then actually take the time just to say, it was nice to meet you, blah, 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 blah. And you can do the thumbs up, you can subscribe, you can do anything you like. If you don't like it, you don't have to give the thumbs down because I find that really upsetting. When you hear other podcasters get really negative messages, I just think, what is the point? What is the point? Does it make the people doing the messages feel better that the person it's going to feels awful? I don't know. So please, don't. I'll name and shame. Well, I might not. Anyway, on that note, take care, happy knitting, stay safe, and hopefully my next podcast won't be as long. Bye.